everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we have Tara here from this season of Love During Lockup. She's the one that's featured with Max. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Hello, Rachel. Hello, Marcia. So when did you get out of prison? How long have you been out for?
Well, I've been out since August 4th of 21. So I really haven't been out too long. I'm just still getting my feet wet, getting back in the routine of normal life. So
did you get out on time, or did you end up getting out early?
Well, no. Well, the way things are going right now with COVID, things are pushed back because you have to have prisoners in the prison system to keep the prisons running. So with the way COVID was, where people weren't going to court and people weren't getting sentenced and people weren't coming in, nobody was getting out. So I was really supposed to be released several months before then and ended up not being. So it was kind of a letdown. It was like bittersweet, the date finally came, but I was actually late getting out. So
at least you're out now. That's all that matters.
Right.
What did you go to? You went to prison for? It was for meth and opiates.
It was. I had a possession charge. It was a really crazy story. I had a co-defendant. The drugs were found on the passenger side of the car.
So you got pulled over?
I did. I was driving actually home from work. I worked at a bakery at the time, which I found out I was kind of good at. And then, ironically enough, and this kid, he needed a ride home. And he was like, he worked next door at some little game place and he didn't have a ride. So I gave him a ride. We were driving down the interstate. There was a cop behind me. I already knew what it was. I knew we were going to get pulled over. And I told him, I said, look, we're getting ready to get pulled over. So he was like, no, I'm good. So when we got pulled over, I was not worried about anything, and when the cop asked to search my car, I said, absolutely, go ahead. And he ended up finding, he found a straw is all it was. There was no drugs or anything. It was the residue inside of the straw. Okay. And it was in the passenger side door. It wasn't even on my side of the car. It was insane. I was really let down with the system that way too, so I spent 2 years in the county trying to go to trial about it. I was going all the way to trial about it because I knew it wasn't mine, and COVID hit, and it was just like, I was ready to go. From there, the county is no fun.
That's the worst place to do your time in, is county.
Anybody who's ever been knows that the county is no fun. And I had been there 2 years. So I was ready to go, and ended up signing a 3-year plea, and went on to prison, went on to the system. So
are you currently on probation or parole?
Okay, I am not on probation. I did not want to take probation. I took a straight sentence instead of a split sentence, meaning I would not have to take the probation. Like I could.
So you did your max time?
Well, they ended up paroling me from prison, and so I was left with like 11 months on paper. So now I've dwindled it down to about 9, because it touch and go. There's like a little hidden fees there. So it's about 9 months left. September 5th, I will be off of all paper and all my stuff with the state. So
that's good. How many times have you been to prison before?
I have been 5 times. I've been to prison 5 times. So
5 times. Yes. What was it? How old were you when you first went? You're 38 now?
Yes. I've been going on and off since I was 18. I was always running with the wrong crowd and wanting to do risky things with risky men, and I completely hold myself accountable and responsible for my actions. It's just once you're on paper and you actually are a number now, it is incredibly hard to get out from underneath them. My violations that I went for, I went back for 28 months for changing my address 4 miles away. Okay.
Oh,
That was insane to me. I could not believe that that was actually happening. I couldn't understand why we couldn't find a different way to deal with that. Yes, I should have gotten a permission beforehand. I understand that. But as a younger kid getting out of prison after doing so many years, it's just overwhelming. And I don't want to say that I felt like I'm a target per se, but I feel like I am looked at a little bit harder or differently because of my past and my record. And that's
yeah.
something that I did to myself. And it's unfortunate, and it's not fun. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's not, especially when you have such a incredible, lengthy record, people look at you so differently. It's really hard. It's unfortunate. So.
Yeah. Has it been hard for you since you got out of prison? Like, I know you used to do hair. Have you gotten back into that?
In the state of Georgia, you cannot cut hair if you are on paper.
What?
Yes.
That's messed up.
Yeah. So that's something that is going to take play. My stuff has lapsed since then from all the years I've been on paper. I've been on paper for a long time. Like 20 years almost. So it's, really hard on and off to get things going. You get off and then you go back on, and you get off and come back on. So my goal now is to get into doing eyebrows, microblading and stuff like that. So that's kind of money in that, girl. Yeah.
Well, I'll have to hit you up once you get that done, because I need my eyebrows done. So what made you decide to go on a pen pal website when you're in prison?
Okay, so the pen pal website. A lot of the girls in the prison system don't have family.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them don't have any friends of any kind. And a lot of these websites were created by inmates and their families so that people aren't alone and lonely inside the prison walls, because it is a very lonely place there. Like, I cannot express to you how important it is to have contact with the outside world and just to know what's going on. Just with, like, for instance, just with the COVID thing, none of us know what's going on because the system is not going to tell us. So for all of us to freak out and everything else, so we're just going off what our families are telling us and stuff. So with the website, it was a couple of different things just to have friends talk to. I had friends that I spoke with all over the globe. I spoke to people in Ireland. I spoke to people in the UK, made very good friends with several different people. And it passed time. It really passed the time, and it got out of your head and everything. Now, there were some times where people wanted to take a romantic approach or things like that. Also, a lot of us get on there for financial reasons. It's not cheap being in the system. Phone calls aren't cheap. The emails aren't cheap. Packages and commissary is not cheap, and you need those things to survive in there. So we get on there also for financial aid, and we let them know up front, like, hey, we're struggling and this is what we need, and if you can help out, please let us know. And a lot of times they do, and then a lot of times they don't. So
Did you deal with a lot of creeps? Like, did you ever have any creeps write to you or email you, like anything super weird?
Yes. And that's another thing. I found out that there's a lot of dynamics out there. They're not shy about it. And I was pretty shocked and impressed at the same time that they would just say things to me just out in the open like that. But yeah, there's a lot of, they treated it almost like like one of those chat rooms, like,
oh yeah,
if you're not going to next, so, but I definitely am a little bit more rough around the edges when it comes to that sort of thing. If they come at me like that with something, sex talk and all that, I usually just pass them on to a friend.
Cut it off. So when did you start talking to Max?
I started talking to Max, really honestly. I started speaking to him. He had sent me an email, and he had written me a letter a couple of times, and I didn't respond right away because of his age. Okay,
Yeah,
that
that's
was
what I was gonna ask you.
that was because
His
I'm
age
38.
concern you.
I'm 38. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and he was 24 at the time, or he could have even been 23. I'm not sure, but he was persistent and wanting to talk to me and to meet me. So I had nothing else better to do. So I was like, okay, maybe we can just be friends, blah, blah. So we started talking briefly. He was very into himself,
Yeah.
loved the way he looked, loved all of his accomplishments. And, you know, he should be proud of himself for, you know, all of his achievements and everything else. But at that point, I wanted to know more about, you know, other things and stuff. And so I think I quit talking to him like for like a month. And then out of nowhere, he hits me up and he's like, please, let's just try to restart a friendship. And I want to ask you about this TV show. Maybe you would be interested in. So I was like, let me see what this guy's got going on.
So
And
he already had reached out to them at that point?
I believe so. He had reached out to them about the show, and I don't know exactly if he said that I would cooperate or if I would be interested to begin with. Because at first I was like, man, that's just not for me. Nobody is proud of being in prison. I have two beautiful children. I have to think about, you know, and you know, you want to protect them. You don't want to exactly blast that their mother's been in prison and getting out and everything.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure. I wanted to talk to my family first and see what's going on. So I told him I'd wait. I was like, let me think about it. So I waited and I talked to my family and they were supportive about it. They were like, you know, hey, do it, you know. And next thing I knew, I had a letter. I remember, I think I told him like maybe, and then not like a solid yes, but then like the next week I had a letter from the producer sent to me in the prison.
Oh, so he was ready. He took it.
He was ready.
That's was ready. A week later, they reached out to you.
They did 1 week later. 1 week later, and they were so cool. Like the producers and stuff, they were so cool, so nice, so easy to work with. I really enjoyed speaking with them. They are so fun. You know, they deal with, you know, different, you know, locked up shows and people, so they're used to the more colorful crowd. And they were great. They were really, really great. And they honestly were really the ones that really got me and wanted talked me into it, I guess, like, hey, let's do this. So I cooperated and I signed an agreement while I was still locked up. I would say like maybe less than 3 weeks later I was out. So
oh wow.
So I think like they wanted to do the whole pick you up from prison thing. They wanted to video shoot that. They wanted to come out there to the prison and video shoot that. But I'd already made plans with my child, with my daughter, to come and get me. And we just wanted it to be more of a family, you know, mom's back. Like, I just want to spend some time with my kids and my family. They're such a huge support system for me. My daughter, especially, she is just such an amazing person. She's 17 and she is so responsible. And I just could not be more proud of her. So I really just wanted a more intimate time with them. And I think that started off the whole tone for it. Yeah, because the next thing was I talked to the producer the next day after I got out, and we started that day with me doing a phone call with Max. And Max and I hadn't even spoke on the phone before that.
Like, and he never came and like visited you while you're in prison in person?
Girl, no, he did not. He sent me a couple modeling pictures, and I never spoke to him on the phone. And I never, okay, wait. Well, we were supposed to do a video chat at the prison or whatever. And you have to be signed up on a lot of you have to be approved for these things. These things everybody cannot just sign up on your account and talk to you in the prison system. People use stolen credit cards. People use all sorts of things to try to do that. So the prison system is very, very particular. You have to send in your IDs and all this stuff. And it's time consuming. So I think they tried to sign up. I think they called the prison to sign up to do an interview with me, or for Max and us to be able to meet beforehand, but it failed. It didn't work. So it wasn't like I just didn't show up. I know the show kind of portrays that like I just ghosted him and didn't show up and didn't want to talk to him. I was in fact there at the video visit. I tried to log on and it just would not. It was an accepted user. So I did not stand him up.
Yeah. So did you guys like ever talk about, you guys were just friends then? You guys weren't like in a relationship? Like,
no. Well, I guess for him to tell it and for me to tell it's going to be two different things. So on my side, no, we were not in a relationship at all. And we were friends, and I think he was hoping that once I met him and everything that I would change my mind and stuff. But like I said, 23, 24, I could not. And I think he was just hoping that maybe because he wants to be in stardom so bad, so
I kind of get that.
He wants to be in stardom so bad. I hope this helps. I hope to help. And so
he's been trying real hard on TikTok to get TikTok famous.
Oh yeah, I don't even know how to work TikTok. My son can do TikTok all over my phone, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
It's confusing. Yeah. Did you know about Max talking to other inmates?
No.
Did you know about that other girl they talked about he said was locked up for murder, but she hadn't been sentenced yet? Did he ever talk about her to you?
No, he did not. Actually, at one point, I had a bunkmate that I was like, she was kind of lonely or whatever. She's cool. She was hip. She was there for a drug charge as well, so she wasn't going to be there that long. And I said, listen, girl, I got the perfect guy for you. I was trying to pass him off. You're like, here you go.
You called him off to someone else.
Yeah. And bless his heart. And she was like, she spoke to him one time and she was like, Sarah, don't do that to me. I was like, damn, sorry. But, I think that if he found someone that matched his energy, that was wanting to do the whole stardom thing as well and make it out there, maybe he can TikTok his little heart out and make it that way.
Did he tell you about him being an escort?
Okay. Let me tell you how I learned out about that. No, he did not tell me that. Which, I mean, he should be famous anyway, because I guess from what I understand, he does it in Las Vegas or something.
What I thought was Washington D.C. area, but I've seen him go to Vegas and do stuff. That's probably what he's doing there. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, well, I found out from the producers that he was an OnlyFans person. I really didn't know what OnlyFans was. OnlyFans came out and got really big while I was locked up. So I was like, an OnlyFans. Okay, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? He goes, well, basically women pay for him for the night, whatever. And I'm like, what? This is getting interesting, And so, no, he did not tell me that. And I learned out from the producers that he was OnlyFans. And then I really learned from watching the show more and hearing him talk that he was doing escorting. So
I found his little escort site.
Good thing he wasn't my boyfriend, girl. I'm not real friendly.
So did he ever send money to you, or was he just trying to find someone to talk to?
Girl, no, he did not send any money. I didn't even ask him because honestly, like I said, 23, 24, couldn't really have, I didn't want to put him out or feel like a responsibility or a burden, because I knew what I knew. I knew that I wasn't going to ask, or I knew that I wasn't going to try to pursue a romantic relationship with him anyway. So I really didn't go there. I doubt that he would have even done it anyway, because at one point I was talking to him. He had to move out of his house. He was looking for a place to live. He didn't know what he was going to do. He was just all all sorts of over the place. Like I was really worried about him because he's got like all of these great achievements, like all of these degrees and
Biochemist
stuff.
degree.
Like, yeah, like it's
Yeah.
amazing. That's really good stuff. But I never heard him really express that he wanted to do that. So I don't anything in that field. So I don't know if that was something that his family was more pushing for him to do and have,
Yeah.
or like what? Because going from a biochemist to a escort is like one extreme to the other. And I'm an extremist. I get it, but that was pretty impressive, you know.
Yeah. So, let me see. Do you plan on making an OnlyFans or starting on Cameo or anything?
OnlyFans, probably not. I'm probably not going to do an OnlyFans just because I'm trying to give myself a different image. I've unfortunately here in my little small town have made a huge name for myself. It's kind of like a big fish, little pond thing.
Yeah.
I definitely am well known here. So I'm trying to clean up my image some. I'm trying to be more a softer version of myself, and just kind of get back on the right track of normalcy, you know, have some family time and everything. I have, you know, over the years have lost a lot of respect for my family and from important friends and stuff because of my drug use. You know,
Yeah.
I was addicted to pain medication, and that stuff will steal your soul, girl. Like it'll turn you into a someone you're not. And so
Oh yeah,
now,
I've been clean from heroin for 2 years. I know all about that.
oh, you know all the, oh, you know the struggles, then, girl. Oh,
Oh yeah.
and it feels so weird. You know, let me just tell you, because I am on parole. I have the most amazing parole officer there ever was. I like never thought I would ever say I just totally enjoy my parole officer, which I do. He is the most patient person ever. Now, I've been in the same, I never get charges all over the place. I always get in trouble right here where I live. I just always right here. And before I was telling him, I was like, you know, I feel like you guys always send me back to prison. Y'all work with me. Y'all have a judgment against me. Y'all already have an opinion about me. So you don't work with me. You just automatically send me back every time. I've never had a chance for anything else. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's new in the office and everything. So, and he knows my history and he's of course done his research. He has the patience of Gandhi and totally working with me. So he is amazing. So right now I'm just trying to get back up on my feet, find work. It's really hard, like I said, for someone with as many felonies as I have and a record as big as War and Peace for
Yeah.
me to find a job. It's just so hard. So
Well, you look really good. Everybody's in the comments talking about how good you look.
oh my goodness, thank you so much. That's such a compliment. That's such a compliment. I've been running around, you know, it's so crazy. I've been running around doing errands all day. Like I'm like setting my karma up. The little girls that live next door to me, they're so cute. They're 18 and they wanted to do hair or whatever. So I took them down to the school that I graduated from today to get them enrolled and stuff. And that just felt
That's
cool.
cool.
That did feel
Have
cool.
you been married before?
Okay, here we go. I am currently still married to my high school sweetheart. We've been married for, 18 years. And that makes it a little hard for my new boyfriends. They're like, "You're married?" But it's not like that. I can't explain this. I've been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to prison for so many years that I really just haven't gotten divorced. Like that's just what it is. And I really honestly, I don't know if other people can identify with this, but when you're in a bad relationship and everything, not saying that my marriage was a bad relationship or my husband was the person that I was in a bad relationship with. No, it was actually another relationship where it was a very abusive. It was very toxic. It fueled my drug use. I used it as an excuse to get high. When you get beat up all the time, you just feel broken. And I used it as a defense mechanism. I was like, well, if I don't ever get divorced, I can't ever make that mistake again, you know?
Yeah.
And that was really, I used that as you see, so I really never get divorced. But I do have a new boyfriend that I'm keeping secret from everybody. Can't have him. And he's amazing. And he is also polar opposite of anybody I've ever been with.
Mm-hmm.
Never been in trouble, never done drugs, never been around this kind of stuff. And he is just great. So maybe I'll think about getting divorced soon.
Yeah, that's good. Do you hang on, let me see. Look at my question. Are you currently living in Georgia right now?
Yes, I'm in Georgia. I love Georgia, y'all. I love it. I love it here. But you know what? I also have this thing for Tennessee. I don't even know why. I have no idea why. I just really like Tennessee also. I'm not opposed to moving out. I have to complete my obligations with the state here before I could think about doing something like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I love it here. I love the lake. I live close to the lake, and
that's nice.
Yeah. So it's cool.
Did you have any prison or girlfriends while you were in prison?
I knew you were going to ask that. I knew you were.
It seems like every girl that's been on this show and been to prison, they've had at least one girlfriend while in prison.
Well, please let me not change it up for anybody. Yes, I did. I had a girlfriend the whole time I was there, and we are still friends to this day. Let me be clear about something. When you're in prison and you get a girlfriend, if you're not a lifer, like really, if you're not a lifer, it's more of a companionship thing more than a sexual relationship. It's not like, oh yes, I got a girlfriend now. It's more like, okay, I got a girl that's on my side. I know she is, because things are, like I said, really real in there. And it turns into something where you really care about that person. And I still really care about Heather a lot. She is very involved with my family, my kids and everything, and they love her. We love her. She is family, like, period. So yeah,
that's good. So you guys still talk
all the time? That's the time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any crazy prison stories?
Any crazy prison stories? Well, God, there's so many. I did see this one time, because, okay, if you're, like I said, if you're in there for life, I mean, they do not categorize us by our charges or by our security. I am a medium security inmate. I did live in SMU, which is a special management unit. I don't know why I lived there, but I did. And I guess they thought I could talk the guards into doing things. I don't know, I didn't, but I'm saying I think that's what my file said, like, just to watch me that way or whatever, which is crazy. But I saw a lifer tie up a guard with a garbage bag. These industrial garbage bags, these orange industrial garbage bags are just strong, thick. And she tied that officer up, took her keys, opened up everybody's cell door to let them out, and just had a great the whole time. And that was crazy. And then I saw a lot of fights. They fight a lot. A lot of knives, a lot of shanks, a lot of things like that. I saw a girl, she was eating ice cream. She was coming back from the commissary, and she was walking down the hill, and this girl came out of nowhere and cut her face from here, her eye, all the way across her nose and her mouth. And that was crazy. So,
oh my gosh, it sounds like it.
Yeah, that was insane.
So did you get your did you get your IG set up?
Oh, I'm doing that right now. It is set up. It's ready just for me to launch it or whatever. I had a hard time picking out a picture. I don't know why.
Well, you got plenty of good pictures. Do you have your IG name already?
What is it? Tara_Medlock is what it is.
TARA_MEDLOCK.
That's it, baby.
Okay. I'm going to post in the comments because I had a few people. So you guys can go all follow Tara and get her started on IG. She's new to IG, everybody.
I know. I'm late. I know. I'll do it.
Well, is there anything else you want to talk about or elaborate on?
No, that's it. I just that, when I left the show, it was just because I had a lot of things going on with myself and my family. It's just too much too soon, and the timing wasn't right. So maybe you'll see me in the future with something else.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely open-minded to that. So we'll see. Maybe I'll return.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool to see you on a season of Love After Lockup now that you're on.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm sure they'd like to do something with you. Well, thank you so much for talking to me. I had a great time getting to know you and talk to you.
Me too.
And
me too.
somebody asked, is Tara into girls? Are you still into girls?
Yeah.
She said yes. All right. Well, thank you for talking to me. I'll add your IG in the description and pin it in the comments so people can follow you. But thank you for talking to me and have a good day.
You're welcome. See ya.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
to everyone in the chat and all my mods. Bye.